A reading from the book of Exodus, chapter 16, verses 19 through 35. Moses also told them, "Let no one keep any of it, the manna, over until tomorrow morning." But they would not listen to him. When some kept a part of it over until the following morning, it became wormy and rotten. Therefore Moses was displeased with them. Morning after morning they gathered it till each had enough to eat. But when the sun grew hot, the manna melted away. On the 6th day they gathered twice as much food, 2 omers for each person. When all the leaders of the community came and reported this to Moses, he told them, "That is what the Lord prescribed. Tomorrow is a day of complete rest, the Sabbath, sacred to the Lord. You may either bake or boil the manna as you please, but whatever is left put away and keep for the morrow." When they put it away for the morrow, as Moses commanded, it did not become rotten or wormy. Moses then said, "Eat it today, for today is the Sabbath of the Lord. On this day you will not find any of it on the ground. On the other 6 days you can gather, but on the 7th day, the Sabbath, none of it will be there." Still, on the 7th day, some of the people went out to gather it, although they did not find any. Then the Lord said to Moses, "How long will you refuse to keep my commandments and laws? Take note, the Lord has given you the Sabbath. That is why on the 6th day he gives you food for 2 days. On the 7th day, everyone is to stay home, and no one is to go out." After that, the people rested on the 7th day. The Israelites called this food manna. It was like coriander seed, but white, and it tasted like wafers made with honey. Moses said, "This is what the Lord has commanded. Keep an omer of manna for your descendants, that they may see what food I gave you to eat in the desert when I brought you out of the land of Egypt." Moses then told Aaron, "Take an urn and put an omer of manna in it. Then place it before the Lord in safekeeping for your descendants." So Aaron placed it in front of the commandments for safekeeping, as the Lord had commanded Moses. The Israelites ate this manna for 40 years, until they came to settle the land. They ate manna until they reached the borders of Canaan. Here we see the continued providence of God for his people, that he gives them food, and he gives them food in such a way to teach them a lesson, that on 6 days they should take only enough for that day, and on the 6th day they should take enough for 2 days, and on the 7th day they will take nothing. Now, in the Our Father, we pray, "Give us this day our daily bread." If we look at this prayer in light of the manna, to take more than what one needs for the day is to trust in one's own supplies. It's to trust in one's own thriftiness rather than trusting in God. And so when we say in the Our Father, "Give us this day our daily bread," we're saying, "Lord, give me enough for today, and then tomorrow, give me enough for tomorrow." Why? Because we want to have a continued reliance on him. Now, there are a few reasons why the people rest on the Sabbath. The first is to teach the people that it is not by the work of their hands that they prosper, but it is by God. Second, in light of Genesis chapter 1, where we have the 6 days of God creating the universe, and on the 7th day it says that God rested. Now, in addition to that, Jesus, he dies on the 6th day, on Friday, and then he rests on the seventh day. He is in the tomb on the seventh day, just as God is at creation. Now, we read in the Psalms that God does not need rest and he does not sleep. So it is not that God is exhausted from creating the universe, or even that God needs 6 days to create the universe. Rather, it is about this lesson that we should keep certain time holy, certain time without work, certain time for prayer, for family, and for friends. Why? Because man is not a machine. We are not like a machine that can run 24/7 forever. And to be able to acknowledge, especially in today, that we are not machines is to acknowledge that the world doesn't rely on us. That things can happen while we are sleeping, while we are resting, and in so doing, we grow in humility. So this manna, this humble food, which is also a divine food, a food from heaven that has come and is now on the floor. It reminds them to be humble. It reminds them to trust in God rather than their own strength. It reminds them to remember that God created the universe. It gives them a promise of the crucifixion when Jesus rested on the cross, and it gives them an opportunity for rest.